One of the contact tools that we wanted to use to really root our high-level thinking, our conceptual thinking, was a field trip, an excursion to affected systems in Bangladesh, both rural communities and urban communities who've been shaped by these transformative environmental processes that we're facing in the coming decades and centuries. And so one of these trips is to a rural area where they're suffering the effects of catastrophic riverbank erosion. It's making life and livelihoods impossible. These places are becoming unproductive and, more importantly, uninhabitable. And the places in the urban area that we are visiting is a slum composed of people who have left an area that became less inhabitable and less productive through the consequence of the same types of environmental processes. And so if we are to connect these two and the livelihood systems that draw the line between them and focus discussions a little bit around that, I think we've done our job, and that's the point of these field exercises.
What was most striking about the rural site was that we were able to experience firsthand the problems that the community is facing with the flooding and all the social issues. But despite all these problems, we saw firsthand this very strong sense of community and social cohesion between the people. We were able to experience a strong connection in the community, and they shared with us the little bit that they have, not just with us, but also within the community. And this might be an indicator that there's strong resilience.
For me, the highlight of the whole academy was the opportunity to actually see in real life what these concepts that we've been talking about for the last 5 days actually mean to individuals that are facing extreme pressures on their own livelihoods. And so seeing the actual erosion processes at work and speaking to the people about how they've had to how they've been unable to maintain their existing livelihood practices was, for me, an absolutely, a really challenging opportunity, because I was confronted with these things that, again, that we kind of take these abstract concepts around transition and transformation and actually saw what was happening on the ground in real life. And to me, that represents a huge challenge, not only for the Resilience Academy, but for policymakers in general, is how we actually tackle this problem.
Today we have an amazing experience visiting in the fieldwork. We were in the urban side, and what we learned from this experience is how two communities have different kind of adaptation strategies to cope with a similar situation of the displacement due to social and due to natural phenomena. So we learned that in some communities they are more organized, they have a kind of tradition and they have a kind of cooperative work, while in the other one, in spite that there are also human capital, everyone have to deal by themselves with the situation that their life presents to them, and it's important to learn how the communities can't deal with this kind of situation.